helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure that bell notification is lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates. Welcome in everybody that's tuning in right away. We're seeing some positive price action on BTC, man. Shout out to the whole XPX community. Today was a fantastic day. Shout out to Ali, doing Shill the beans early in the AM, getting everybody to find out about crypto. We got TK doing community hours inside the TG. We got the actual team working nonstop round the clock. So there's a lot of positive things happening within XPX, and this is why we don't skip a beat, because now you see the markets kind of coming back to life and people getting a little bit more excited. And it's something why you want to just kind of stay consistent in what we're doing. Man, I was trying to get that arena to work again, but it's not working. But that's all right. That's all right. Welcome in, everybody. Let's start off with some Bitcoin price predictions, some technical analysis. Let's see where Bitcoin's actually at. We got some of that 50 moving average showing us what's really going on. And I get excited for it because you know what? I'm paying attention to the market. It's a good time, actually. When you're cooking nonstop, you're not going to miss out. But let's get right into it. For those that are tuning in, welcome in. Right here, we're looking at this 50 moving average. Man, it's so strong. It just removes a lot of the nonsense out of the way, for me at least. And everybody's going to have their own eye that can see this thing or not. But let's start off on the daily chart, the one that we've been talking about the most. This 50 moving average curling up and the 50 moving average curling back down. Look at BTC hitting the 50 moving average. And you will see, and I think almost anybody can agree, when it gets above it, it gets bullish, right? So, when it gets underneath it, it gets bearish. So you guys don't want to miss out this opportunity. Get the whole Doom bot community in here. What's up, Doom? Haven't seen you guys in a while, man. Nice, man. Welcome in. Good to see you guys. Still strong, man. Still strong. And you know what? The thing is that everybody had to stay strong during this whole moment. Doom, XPX, Fed token, since February right here, 3rd, when BTC crossed that 50 moving average, it has been in a downtrend no matter what's been going on. But now we're seeing some serious, beautiful tests on the 50 moving average. And when we lower the time frames, we start to see Bitcoin interacting in a very bullish way, right? We're still not out of the neck of the woods, how people like to say, because we want to get above this 50 moving average, which I think we're going to. I wouldn't even be, you see it's very smooth, up, back down. Has a very smooth way of moving about itself, right? We could see something like this, if it was prolonged, and we could see BTC trading underneath the 50 moving average until eventually it breaks above it and starts trading, and making higher lows to turn into this, or it stays underneath it and the 50 moving average continues to stay going downward and the candles trade underneath that 50 moving average all the way down to some prices that we don't want to see. That's something we're going to cover. Whether it's that, if that's what's happening, that's what's happening. If it's going up, it's going up. If it's going down, it's going down. We're just going to call it how we see it, everybody, for at least to the best of our knowledge, right? And that's why this is not financial advice, because I do not have Miss Cleo's crystal ball. I'm just watching this as it plays out. I'm not listening too much to, the fear in the market. I'm just watching the technicals, everybody. That's what I'm doing. And this 50 moving average makes it very easy for me to be able to identify that, hey, we're seeing finally some getting close to that 50 moving average. And when we layer the chart down as far as time prices on this Bitcoin price prediction technical analysis, you start to see why it's bullish again. It's like, oh, what's going on? Why is all this price picking up? Well, here we go. Obviously, the pause on tariffs is really good, but you see Bitcoin back over the 50 on the 4-hour chart. Oh man, it gets really exciting then, right? Lower it on the 3-hour chart. Okay, above the 50, we see some positive price action. On the 2-hour chart, same thing right here. Broke above the 50, came back down to test the 50, and a lot of people play that retest, that retest breakout, where they wait for that and then it comes back down to say, hey, we're not going to go underneath that no more. And the minute it continues to rally, people usually take that trade right there, and you see that, hey, it's above this 50 moving average that most likely will continue like this and then peel off something like that. And you'll see, the candles start to trade really high. And then when it gets towards this higher value profile up here where this volume is at, you'll see it kind of trade on this thing. And then sometimes what happens, it'll fall off of it and start trading underneath the 50 moving average. Okay. That's something that I've been seeing happen as I'm watching BTC and I'm watching these prices and the markets are boring for some people, but you know what? There's some action going on. There's some possibilities going on. There's some opportunity in the market for people to make some money. Like I possibly believe there could be a nice little short coming up on BTC again, because usually when there's this nice upward movement, the buyers get exhausted kind of fast, and then we see consolidation all over again. But as of right now, it's not something that I would do, right? Because right now we haven't broken the character really. Here we go on the hourly chart where the minute it broke over the 50, we see that there goes that retest that we just talked about, and here it goes riding the 50, going up, right? And this is that 50 moving average. So, we'll be paying attention to that. And when we get into the lower time frames, the more and more you see it, the more you can almost clean up the chart and you can make a trade out of that if you want to trade a futures trade. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am highlighting something that anybody can see, basically. You can see this. And then you start to lay some of the other ones and you start to sharpen this up as your trade signals. Here goes on the 15-minute chart if you're doing some scalping, right? Which I don't advise people to do until you got a really solid strategy. But here you go, above the 50, comes back down, retests it, rides above the 50. The minute it breaks back under the 50, there was a trade right here that you could have took, you could have exited. Maybe you got stopped out because the way it came a lot lower over here and took that out. But if you got back into it and you held, even if you got out up here, there's a trade right here. Even if you got back into it right here after being stopped out, this is where your areas were at. So there's all these possibilities in the market. Now, obviously, if you're part of Smart DeFi, you got staking, you're good to go. You're just letting the markets evolve, letting them do what they got to do, and the project's going to do what it's meant to do, right? But it's a perfect example why you shouldn't get bearish on, certain DeFi projects or, your certain meme coins or whatnot, certain communities, because the markets has just turned right back around on everybody. I truly don't think that the bull run's anytime over. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody gets to go, Rico, the rainbow chart was wrong this time. It didn't go up. This was the only time that it didn't go into the yellow and the orange. Well, then, you know what? So be it. This was the time that it didn't go up to the yellow and the orange. But I just don't see that on the table with ETFs and everything like that with BTC going on. And the way that Bitcoin can recover so fast, just like it's doing right now, right back into the 80s, it's showing a little bit different type of strength. And just like people said it wouldn't go into 100, they wouldn't say it won't touch 1,000, it won't touch 10,000, it won't touch 100,000. It's the same people saying that 1,000,000 is too high. It's the same type of attitude of people saying, no, fine, we'll give you 100,000, but we're not going to give you 1,000,000. Okay, that's fine. It's going to happen, whether they like it or not, whether the charts say it or not. Over time, this is what's going to play out with BTC. BTC is the Mona Lisa. It's a very special and unique thing that is happening, and something that I like to pay attention to all day almost. All day is what I'm watching and working on XPX and watching Bitcoin develop and grow. Because this is the market that we love and the market that we're getting better at nonstop, everybody. And just like that, if you fumbled your favorite bags, almost for no reason, you're putting sell pressure on your favorite plays, because Bitcoin broke underneath 80, or when it first got underneath 90, then it broke underneath 80. Now you start paper handing your favorite projects for what? Just to put selling pressure? And then what? Now when the markets go back over 100K, then what? Right? So, don't hurt great projects because, the rest of the market's pulling back, because you want to support great projects that are actually going to go all the way, because BTC is going to do the same thing that it did to everybody every other time. Every single other time. When everybody was saying they couldn't do these things, it just kept doing. Where do you think your FEC token is going to be? Where do you think your XPX token is going to be when obviously the team didn't fade you guys and, BTC's at 169,000? The price of BNB is going to be up automatically, and we're going to see BNB go a lot higher. The Binance Smart Chain coin will go a lot higher. It's not done right here. It's not done at these prices, everybody. There's more to be done for Binance. A $1,200 BNB coin is realistic. ETH breaking all-time high is realistic. An eye-watering BTC price is realistic. In the short term, is there going to be volatility? Yeah, that's up to you whether you want to capitalize and if you want to monetize that volatility. But whether or not long-term, there's some possibilities for you to, play the markets long, that's on the table. Even with your meme coins, even with, utility plays or whatever you might be bullish on, There's a lot on the table, everybody. There's still some market movement to go in the upward direction. We're gonna keep an eye on it. BTC is doing really good. 85,000. What is it on the day? I think it was just a little bit over 85,388. So not too bad. Recovering pretty quick the minute we get over that 50 moving average. I mean, it's pretty powerful. And when you see BTC do this on the 50 moving average on the daily chart, that's where it's even going to get more bullish because we haven't did it in a while. We have not been above the 50 moving average since February 3rd. So we can get BTC above this 50 moving average, something like this, and BTC gets squeezed and it starts riding above this. So, ooh, right? That's going to be cool because BTC back at 94K, everybody's all excited all over again. And that's going to happen. It's going to happen. Did you cry or did you buy? It's going to be one of the things that we're going to be saying. Or did you monetize the volatility in the market? You could have did that as well. You could do that. That's on the table for you to, take advantage when, there's fear in the market or when there's greed in the market, however you want to play it. That's up to you. You have that ability as an individual to do that. And especially if you just, refine what you got going on. Keep refining it, keep refining it, keep refining it until it gets all the way better. And this is a perfect time to do it. Let's go over to Smart DeFi. Let's start off with FEG token, everybody. Very bullish on FEG token, up to $7.5 million market cap. Shout out to the gorillas that really support the channel. I know there's some people, I know the real ones that you guys really supporting the movement, really supporting the gorillas that really support me. I really appreciate it because, it's going to take a whole village and we got to do this together, everybody. And we will be able to do this. We got to break some serious market caps. FEG token over $50 million market cap is where I want to see this thing break out. And then FEG token going over $100 million market cap and making people FOMO is the next area where I want to see people, really FOMO into this gorilla, everybody. I'm very bullish on this community. Let me get this one out the way. Very bullish on this project. Very bullish on the team, how refined everything is that they've been doing, the way they keep getting better and better every week, every month, every year. And that's something that's just going to continue to happen with FEG token, everybody. Feed every gorilla out there. This is FEG token, everybody. Let's go over to the X account, see what they got going on, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about FEG token and exactly why I'm so bullish on this gorilla. Make sure you guys pull up very, very strong. We're going to get the numbers up, everybody. We're going to get these numbers up. Here we go. Let's see what we got. They said just ape in, but gave you zero security. I mean, I think it's a lot less people right now just aping into, unless you guys are still falling for the same stuff. I mean, I've even pulled back a little bit on some of the space plays, if we want to call them that, because it's just crazy. But here we go. They said just ape in, but gave you no security. FEG built a protocol, not a promise. Asset-backed tokens, built-in staking and pre-sales, editable tokenomics, free to deploy, no code launches. This ain't hype. It's DeFi with teeth. With teeth? Taking a bite out of DeFi? Is that what we're doing? Hello, Psychedelic Angel. Got Amito in here. Lewis, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. The last Guerrilla Radio, man, that was a lot of fun. That was really good. Guerrilla Radio was, man, that asset backing talk is just amazing. Because when you guys look at everything that we got going on, it's just next level stuff, honestly. It's honestly next level stuff. They try to do the reset on the screen. It's, oh, that doesn't work anymore. Does not work anymore. We're on OBS. Excuse me, everybody. But let's go into FEG token right here. Let's go into some documentation. This is really what FEG token is all about. It's an amazing project. This is the governance token, FEG token. It creates passive income. It has store value with asset backing. And really, you can trade this thing with a lot of confidence, everybody. FEG token is why I'm here right now and how it started off, but then Smart DeFi is why XPX is here, right? They've always been working on stuff. They've always been getting things better. And that's something that I know that they're going to continue to do. And they're always going to keep FEG token in mind, right? You got the protocol fee and everything going back to the stakers. So FEG holders can earn passive income through FEG staking, a fully audited protocol which allows stakers to receive rewards from FEG trading and all other projects utilizing the Smart DeFi staking protocol on their respective chain. I mean, this is passive income on steroids, everybody. That's what we have here. So staking opens the door to various income possibilities as rewards flow from hundreds of projects launched via the Smart DeFi Launchpad, making FEG staking an absolute monster for passive income in the future as trading volume picks up. That's the thing in the future, everybody. And that's what we got to look forward to is that we're building stuff for the future. That's exactly what FEC Token is doing with a staking protocol, what we're allowed to do with XPX in the staking, and what you're allowed to receive as far as passive income because of this technology. We got a store of value. At the heart of FEG lies asset backing feature, offering a store of value with continuously increasing baseline. This distinctive attribute is backed by each blockchain native coin and guaranteed from various FEG ecosystem sources. Holders of FEG also benefit from the smart lending feature, enabling them to take interest-free loans against the asset-backed value of their token holding. So not only is your the value of your XPX or the value of your FEC token going up, but also your smart lending features absolutely amazing, right? So this is why I was always so bullish on Fed token when I was reading this documentation, what it was going to become. And that's exactly why we have XPX today, everybody. A fantastic team, a team with, immense amount of resources and ability to pivot at a moment's notice and make things happen, but also a team that can leverage all of this stuff that, Fed token has been making nonstop, man. This is just super, super bullish. So come check this out over here. You guys can figure out how to buy FEG, FEG staking, all the documentation is right here for you guys to fully dive into. So we got liquidity bonds. What is this? There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Stuff being added right there. Very nice. And then we got this, of course, what we used the Smart DeFi protocol. Smart DeFi protocol for everybody. Yo, AD, what's up? What's up, AD? That gives you the asset backing, that allows you to have the smart lending, that allows you to have the staking. This is exactly what we want, everybody. So, asset backing right here is very bullish, everybody. Picture a cryptocurrency that not only mitigates the volatility of speculative and tokenized traditional assets, but also ensures a minimum value perpetually on the rise, subject to fluctuations in the underlying asset price. That's the innovative promise of smart DeFi asset backing. This innovative feature serves as a link between your token's minimum value and the market price, ensuring stability and security in a volatile world of crypto trading. With Smart DeFi, your investment remains resilient, protecting you from the unpredictable fluctuations seen in traditional cryptocurrencies. Plus, with the option for multiple assets to back a single Smart DeFi token, your investment portfolio gains an unprecedented level of diversification and resilient because you're holding XPX, but your XPX is also holding BNB. So, I mean, very, very powerful tools right here that we get to use. That is the asset backing that I believe is going to continue to take shape, continue to take form, and continue to get people more and more bullish on what we're doing over here. We have interest free loans, smart lending, everybody. Smart lending empowers holders of any DeFi token to secure loans against the backing token without selling or burning it. Borrowers receive the token baseline value instantly, right away. Enjoy a 30-day interest-free loan repayment period in case of difficulty repaying on time. Borrowers can extend the loan for another 30 days by burning 0.1% of the token. Users have the flexibility to choose lending against one or multiple assets backing the token. The loan extension option can be repeated as necessary, offering borrowers additional flexibility and convenience, everybody. That's a lot of technology that we have at our fingertips right now. Right now, everybody. Right now. This is all technology that we have right now. Again, we'll go over this as well, and then we're going to go to XPX, everybody, because this all reflects everything that we're doing. We're using these tools right here to the fullest. Staking right here, Smart DeFi introduces a staking system that allows Smart DeFi token holders to participate and earn rewards. Imagine a project like, I don't know of another project that can actually pull this off on this level and have it, the documentation, everything this clean and this ready for everybody. So, Smart DeFi enhancements overview: token accumulation. Stakers benefit from tokenomics taxes, earning a portion of the Smart DeFi token by just holding it, everybody. Broad projection participation. This feature facilitates a project partner promotion, etc., to allocate segments of their token supply to a project staking pool, amplifying earning potentials. Real world asset dividends. This is where things start to get really interesting. The protocol supports distributions when tokenizing real world assets. And we're actually going to get into that because I think RWA is super important. And the fact that we get to do that, and leverage this technology right at our fingertips, it's right here for us to use it. And XPX is a strong project that's already doing a lot of stuff, in the real world. And who's to say that we won't be able to shift into making things even more RWA, because Smart DeFi allows us to make things like this happen. So, real world assets, RWA, everybody, tokenizations on our platform transforms physical assets into digital tokens for seamless ownerships, trade, and leverage on the blockchain. This feature ensures seamless transactions and dividend payouts via audited staking protocol, boosting liquidity and accessibility significantly. Tokenizing real estate, art, and commodities enables functional ownership and broad market access within a secure blockchain environment, linking tangible assets with blockchain utility. KYC can be enabled on the token for security, requiring users verification before receiving tokens. A verifier wallet facilitates third party verification services, preventing misuse. Users cannot receive tokens until KYC verification is complete, ensuring compliance and security. So, I mean, the fact that this is all at our fingertips on a daily basis, it's really up to us to leverage this to the full extent. That's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. That's exactly what we're doing. They have built out an amazing platform that obviously is not getting the recognition it deserves, but it's our job to show people what it can do. Now, I can talk about it all day and I can tell people how great it is, but anybody can talk about something all day. I rather show you guys how great it is. And the way that I thought about being able to show you guys how great it is by assembling an amazing team, and launching a project on here myself, XPX. So like that, you guys can see exactly the power of all these tools being used, and not only these tools being used, but adding to this ecosystem by adding, off ramp solutions to not just XPX, but everybody that wants to use it. All right, everybody. So this is X Pays X, and it definitely marks the spot. Do not sleep on this one, everybody. We got the merch store coming very, very soon. But right now, for things that you don't have to wait, we have staking live, which we've been showing everybody, lending live because of the asset backing, all your XPX tokens being backed by real BNB, over 55 BNB to be exact, over $30,000. And this is only going to continue to go up as the supply of XPX goes down. So the value of your tokens are only getting more and more valuable as time passes because, well, we're diminishing the supply. It's hyper deflationary. So we're already at 15.2% burned, everybody. Asset backing through the roof. Anybody seen Toasty Sheep Nuts lately? Nope. No. MIA. MIA. Somebody grab him by the ear, by the sheep ear, and drag him in here. No, I'm joking. But this is where we're at. We're at a great project showing you exactly what Smart DeFi can do. And I think it's clear to see that, the XPX team means business with everything that we've provided already, with everything that we're going to continue to provide. And we're going to keep showing everybody, whether it's through the payment portal side, through the merch store, through the ability to do this in-house and show off how this team can, make things happen while the markets are crying and the markets are, people feel like the sky is falling. We're just building, everybody. That's what we've been doing. And that is at XPX Token. Definitely come give us a follow. We're over here cooking nonstop. I mean, how cool does that look, everybody? SmartDeFi.com. I mean, XPX is representing what is possible on Smart DeFi, and we got more to come, everybody. Not only have we done the crypto Visa cards, virtual cards, physical cards, not only are we doing crypto bill payments, but we got a lot more to add to this, everybody. We have a lot more to add to this. Very soon, we'll be adding another one to this as well. We had a great community hour. TK trying to get alpha out of me, almost squeezing alpha out of me. But at the end of the day, you guys know there's more to come over here as far as payments. There's more to come as far as everybody should be very excited about the merch store, because this merch store is not just for us, but it's for the whole space, everybody. So everything that we do will go back into our chart, back into our business, back into the project, and back into making this scalable and sustainable. And that's what this team should be doing and ought to be doing. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, delivering and building while these markets are testing everybody. A little shake and bake in the market, no big deal. You know what we do? We build, a whole merch store, and it's not just going to be like, oh, that's nice or whatever. It's pretty amazing, actually. Every single day, there's a huge wow factor on what I see, on what Marlon can produce, and the way that we're stringing this all together. It's truly amazing to watch it just take its shape and watch it take form. So that is XPX, everybody. All things off ramp, all things, crypto Visa cards, non KYC payments, but also now coming very, very soon, a merch store for not just us, but the whole DeFi space, everybody. And it's coming out creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. Domains are purchased, liquidity added, a lot of things going on. So, I mean, couple more gears to be shifted. TK was asking, is it this month? Is it next month? When is it happening? It could be this month. It could be this month, but I'll tell you guys, it's getting very, very close. And everything that we do from this will be going back into the chart. So we'll be creating, other ways of income for XPX. That's what we're supposed to be doing, everybody. We can only scream at the chart for so long until you got to find ways to provide value to the marketplace so that the marketplace can provide value back to you guys. We're not looking for a free ride. We want to pay our dues for sure when it comes to what we're providing here, everybody. I'm going to start the show off right here on Arena Token. We've been talking about it at $10 million market cap. Earlier today, it was at 12.5 million. Do not ignore this. Stop chasing rugs right now. Find your solid utility plays. I've been slowly but surely giving you guys solid plays that you guys can look at, either some that have been listed on Binance or some that, like XPX that I launched myself with Ali, Marlon, and David, or, really solid plays to look at like Arena. And right now is not the time to be gambling too much because the market is very, very cutthroat. Now, this is the one that I'm bullish on right here on Avalanche. If you would ask me, hey, Rico, what's your Avalanche play? What would you be buying on Avalanche? If you had a bag of Avalanche, I would be buying Arena. I wouldn't waste too much time with anything else. Maybe a couple meme coins here and there. Some of the top ones that you feel are like, the contender of the contender. But for the most part, I would focus on Arena. Arena, Arena. Here it is at $12 million market cap. This is going to be a tough one for those to handle when this thing just pumps up nonstop. Yep. I'm still actually sick. It's taking the longest time to go away. It's irritating. It's because I really don't take a break. So, we're managing at the same time. Matter of fact, let's crack the coffee open. That's what I do. I pour coffee on it. I pour coffee on it. Job's not done. In fact, for life, XPX2. Job's not done. It'll go away. It'll go away. I'm confident of that. And I got a great community and team that has my back, and we're doing our thing. Right here, this is what I want you guys to check out. Since we've been covering Avalanche, it's been under $20. I think that what you're gonna see is Avalanche creep up on us, and I'm gonna be saying I told you so left and right. I believe that if you have a little bit of dough sitting on the side and I'm doing my best while the markets are very cutthroat right now, to give you guys solid plays that you don't have to stress about too much. Now, I know you guys, we're still going to degen to a certain extent, and we're still going to do that or whatnot. But I think right now you can find some. Would you not be happy on your investment if you got Avalanche at $20 and it went back up to maybe 100, maybe it's all time high. Would you not? You know, that would be pretty cool. Maybe Avalanche at $50. That's easy, and that's on the table right now. That's on the table right now. Easily, easy. We could see this. Thank you, Psychedelic Angel. Appreciate it. We could easily see Avalanche go to $50. So if you got some money sitting on the side and you're looking for some blue chips and you're like, okay, Cardano did the pump. I know that Cardano's will pump again. I don't know when. I know XRP did the pump. I don't know when it's going to do another major pump like that. Which one is the one that has not had a major pump? I know which one. Avalanche. And then we're not just saying this like, okay, it's just because it hasn't had a pump, it has to have it. No, we're tying it together with what's going on with Arena, everybody. This is what's important that we follow this paper trail right here. And I want you guys to win no matter what. Obviously, your bags are super safe with XPX, but I also want you guys to have, if you got extra funds sitting on the side, we offer them to Avalanche. It makes sense to see this, and I'm your guys' friend. I want to make sure that, what if this is the next Facebook right here? That could be wild, right? This arena become the next Facebook. What if you get some of the biggest streamers in the world to start using this as a streaming platform? Look at this guy streaming right now. He's just gambling over here. He's just this is going to be a whole wave,
This one's slightly
everybody.
better.
This is going to be a whole wave. Mark my words. And when you're buying this arena token, and I know this is uncommon unless you're investing into XPX, you're investing into an undervalued project, an undervalued company. You're saying, wait a minute. You're telling me that there's meme coins that are at 20 million, 50 million, nothing against meme coins, but a lot of projects that are probably not even providing anything, and they're well over 12 million. But this thing has a whole SocialFi app letting people stream live, and it's sitting at 12 million. That doesn't make sense to me. And when you see when this wick first came out, it went all the way up to 80. I see Arena at some point not being underneath $100 million market cap. I just know these things, everybody. I just know these things. I remember when Facebook first came out. I, I'm letting you guys know right now. These times only come around every so often, and we're gonna have a lot of moments in this space. I believe that XPX is one of your moments as far as the payment side of things. But if you're looking for, hey, what is gonna be the next Facebook? Because remember there was MySpace, and there was the Facebook, and then the Instagram, and then the Snappy Chat, and then the TikTok. Well, what is next? As far as SocialFi, what is the next stuff as far as that stuff goes? How can we tokenize that? And I believe that Arena is that play for you guys. And it would be an unjust not to bring this to you guys. And we only talk about meme coins pumping to the moon, when if you can hold this thing for 5, 10 years and it becomes the next Facebook, it's $1 billion project. Who cares it took 5, 10 years? Who cares? I mean, honestly, this is huge right here. So, seeing, if I was looking to buy something that was cruising at 12 million market cap and I had crypto on the side, I would put it into Arena well before I would put it into something else. If it's something that's on BNB, obviously I'm going to go XPX. But if you got Avalanche, right here is where you want that Avalanche to go. It's a little bit tricky to get Avalanche and do the whole Avalanche thing, but I know that you guys can. Did I hear XPX going to top 100? It is. It's just an undervalued project. That's what I want people to try to understand. It's like, this is an undervalued project. XPX is an undervalued project. I believe that FEG token's an undervalued project. FEG token's providing a whole ecosystem, a whole launch pad that's providing value. There's only a certain amount of time that you can keep providing value until eventually the marketplace will answer back. Amazon was only shipping books. Now it ships everything. It had its ups and downs. It had logistic problems. It had drivers crashing their trucks. It still does. It has all kinds of its hiccups and problems. But now look at where it's at. So there's going to be when you're providing that much value, there's going to be all these tests and stuff. But do not fade these, do not fade the idea of looking at undervalued projects. Here goes Arrowbud right here. Not sure where Tulsi Sheep Nuts is at, but Arrowbud's right here. We see it right there. We have to speak it up. This is the Arrow Bud coin. They've been doing donations. They've been taking care of dogs. Dog adoptions via meme coins is cool. Very cool. They even got listed on MEXE, which is pretty interesting. Crazy. So here we go. We got, Arrow Bud right here. You're gonna have your base plays, you're gonna have your Solana plays, you're gonna have a lot of different types of projects that you guys can invest into if you're looking for some. In this time right now would be a good time to find the ones that make sense. Either, it's a straight up degen play, a degenerate play, or it's something that makes a lot of sense to why you want to buy it. To you, it has to make an immense amount of sense where it's like, okay, I understand why I would want this play because, it's doing something that I really resonate with, and I understand that it can go the long way. And if it's something that's not providing anything, and I don't want to say nothing about meme coins, but there's a lot of meme coins right now that are kind of safe havens that are not pumping right now, but I know that will pump. Like this Mubarak, like it's only a matter of time. Like wherever you can DCA into it, it got listed on Binance, and it's just going to do an explosion when people least expect it. And it's going to be when BTC is back over 100K, new accounts are being made for Binance, and people are going to be having access to this meme coin right here. People will have access to this Mubarak. Mubarak is a meme coin that is just funny, and if you're looking for meme coins to have fun, that's just a meme coin. I would look for meme coins that are very solid and probably established, and they're not. This thing's not going to go to zero, and they got listed on Binance. This is probably the lowest it can go. This is probably the lowest that this one can go. And a lot of this, like, look at this. This is a post from Binance for them, even a space and everything, and they're still going through a pullback. So not even a space sponsored by BNB can get their chart to go up. What does that tell you? That it's still not time for these markets to get to screaming. That doesn't mean that it's not going to. That does not mean that it's not going to. I just think that we're waiting for BTC to ignite the excitement all over again. So some of this stuff that we're doing actually gets some traction. Nonsense, Mubarak. No, man, you're wrong about this one. This is a play. It's listed on Binance. And I mean, a lot of these plays, they're getting a lot of love from BNB chain, and they don't pump. Even if you don't like Mubarak, that's fine. But you can see that even if you got a post from BNB chain and they're showing you love, it's not pumping the chart right away, even getting listed. And that's because we're waiting for BTC to ignite the excitement again. But as far as these are a solid play, this is a solid play. Can somebody just get rid of dude? I don't got time to babysit today. I'm not 100%. I'm still a little sick. I don't want to babysit. I think we got TK or maybe Mr. Mo. Let me see. One of you guys can. There's another stream for that, man. There's tons of spaces where you can go and cry and stuff. There's a million spaces where you can go and cry and somebody actually cares. But we got Banana. This is another BNB play that I think is a solid play. You could probably wait for a pullback, see if it came a little bit lower, but it's actually held up really strong compared to, a lot of the other ones, even though being listed on Binance did not send it higher. This one's also getting a lot of love as far as like, you know, projects getting liquidity added from the BNB chain. This Satoshi Nakamoto guy, send him home, man. Send him home. Send him home. I don't got time for it. I actually don't got time for it. That's what Twitter's for. It's for people like that. Twitter is X is made for that. There's a space right now where you can go and vent, and people will cheer you on, and they'll believe you, and I mean, you'll have a whole crowd for it. But I don't got time to babysit. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not here to babysit. I'm a grown man, and a lot of people should be in here. And usually, a lot of people crying is people who are getting wrecked. But this banana right here, absolutely amazing. I'm bullish on CZ. I'm bullish on Binance. It's going to go to the moon no matter what. And we're going to see that happen back to back, everybody. And later on, it's been around since 2017. There's going to be more humble pie going out for everybody. I think that if you're looking for a meme coin, that has not seen the explosion that it could sincerely have because again listed on Binance or the liquidity or whatever it might be, I would look at this banana coin right here. It's listed on BitGet, it's listed on Binance now, it's listed on Kraken, it's listed on this, it's listed on that. I mean, it's listed everywhere. So this is a play that I would say, hey, all right, all of these plays actually right here were doing really good. I would say, hey, maybe it didn't pump already. It could go lower because it didn't kind of have a breakdown to the downside when everything kind of started to pull back really hard. So maybe this is a floor or maybe not because I think Mubarak had a good shakeout. Like Mubarak probably had a good shakeout where you can see it go back up to these prices that this was at. But this one's just been consolidating. But it could be that, they're not just going to fumble their bag. They refuse to fumble their bag on their banana. And I think a lot of these plays looking for meme coins that have an easy 5X, and they're a lot solid and you're not going to get rug, it's a lot better. So I think banana S31 is going to, here, I'll do it myself. I got you. I got you, bro. I don't want to read your tears anymore. 1 second, everybody. I got it. Let me hook you guys up with the plug. 1 second. Let me hook it up with the. You're out of here. Let me hook them up with the hookup, the true hookup. I got it. Watch this. There we go. Let me see. There it goes. Okay, cool. He's out of here now. All right. That was easy. All right, we're back, baby. We're back. I'm not your psychiatrist. Go betterhelp.com. Go holler at these guys over there. They can help you out. Get your venting done. Um, I don't got time to nurture you right now. We're talking about banana S31. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about safe plays right now that can get some X's on the table. You're over here trying to kill the vibe, man. No, we don't want that. No, not with BTC pumping. It's not where that was the vibe for like a couple days ago. Your vibe is off. You're like 4 days late for the vibe. I mean BTC back over 85. I mean a nice little uptrend. Yeah, your vibe is like 4 days old. But now he's gone. He can only listen. He can't write no more. So if you guys want to write to him, but he can't write back, I mean that's cool. You guys can do that. All right, so BTC banana tokens doing great. Let's see what else we got. See where everybody's holding up. See where everybody's holding up. This is one that I want to keep an eye on as well. It's too solid. The website's too clean. I feel like this is BNB love all day. This is probably another solid play. A lot of solid BNB plays right now. A lot of Solana people are angry that CZ, started this BNB movement because how many Solana meme coins are dead now because of what CZ did with igniting the BNB chain. So a lot of people are not happy. I'm thrilled. So, I'm happy that CZ said, hey, maybe I do a broccoli dog, and he started doing his meme coin, and that's why we see all this hype around BNB now. So that stole all the hype from Solana. So a lot of people are very mad about that. I seen some of them crying on live streams and spaces. CZ was so irresponsible. How could he do that? It's like, yeah, because everybody's dumping your secret cabal plays that you guys have done anyways on Solana to rug every single community, and they're bridging it to go over to BNB, baby, and that's what we're doing. 100% he bought Mubarak top and just cheated. I think it's deeper than that. I think it's the Solana people that are hurt. You know, Solana's not the same Solana before the BNB. Satoshi loves being top. Yeah, I don't think we have the same Solana as we did when it was before BNB ignited it, and it's harder. The liquidity is thinner. Everybody, that's what happens. The liquidity gets more and more thinner, a lot more thin, and people get like this. This is how people get. This is another play right here. I think you should keep an eye on. Easy access, boring, but safe. Safe play. Safe play. Safe play. Safer play than a lot of stuff. We'll go to some Solana plays. I think Merv is a good play for Solana. 130K market cap. Those who have, I sent out the winners, the Merv for the winners today. So check your guys' wallets. That's been sent out. Finally got that taken care of in the AM and stuff. So that's done. I think that's a solid Solana play. Let's look at the top 10 and see what is the Solana meta right now? Because it changes. Ching, chang, chang. That one caught my attention. Uh, BTC, that one looks cool. Got that red. Bitcoin. It's on Pump Fund. It's got all the stuff connected to it. It's part of the new meta. Bitcoin fart coin deployer. There you go. That's the meta right now is these. This is the meta, right? We got Tickcoin, we got Fartcoin, we got all these kind of silly coins, and that's kind of what the meta is right now. This is where I was talking about right now for this Tickcoin. I knew it would have a pullback. We're going to watch this one, but I think this is the meta for you guys. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. I'll get you out of here as well. You're gonna have to make a bunch of accounts. You're gonna have to get every single account. Don't worry. Since I'm gonna be live, I have time to go to every single new account that you make and just block you. I'm not here for your tears. There's another stream for you. There is a live stream right now that will support. They got Kleenex, they got tissue for you. They will support you and all your whining will be there no matter what. Don't worry, I got you. I'm on my phone right now. You're almost out of here. Write your last comment. You're about to leave. Okay, he's gone. All right, we'll wait for his next comment. Marcus, we see him everywhere. We see him even in the TG as well. He's always crying everywhere. This guy's always crying. He always makes I mean, a bunch of accounts. You guys, I'm sure you guys seen Marcus around inside the TG and everything like that. This guy's always crying as well. Bunch of grown men crying. It's crazy. So we got Tickcoin. I think this is the next little meta right here as far as like pump fun. Uh, I would keep an eye on this. I think this is the new meta that we'll be paying attention to right now. If you're looking for the gambling aspect of crypto, the fun part, the little fun degen part that you guys like to have. This is Tickcoin, Buttcoin, and I haven't bought any of these, so don't think I haven't got any of these. I've been just chilling when it comes to all this stuff. But this is what I feel like is the meta right now. They're pulling some crazy market caps, and it seems like it's like what's going on. And 23 million. Almost all of them have an average of something very similar to these types of market caps. These silly ones of Tickcoin, Buttcoin, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't even want to make shorts about them. It's just crazy, but that's the space that we live in. That's the meta right now. That's the meta right now. That's on Solana right there. This about sums it up. That's about what sums it up, and that's what you can get. That's why I took in a little break. There's going to be that aspect of the space if you want to play with that. Put your beer money in there, put your wine money in there, and let it ride. But other than that, that's just what's going on with the space. That's why I've been showing you guys a lot of some of those BNB plays just listed on Binance because they haven't got the pump yet for any of those plays yet. Like they're gonna get their rally. That happens a lot of times where like when you least expect it, when you're least paying attention, and they were listening, people are like, oh, nothing happened, and then boom, it just skyrockets out of nowhere. And Floki is one of those perfect plays that shows you. GME, I mean, on Solana, a lot of these plays will show you that there's like crazy shakeouts and people think that there's nothing going on. And next, they become $1 billion projects and you miss out on a lot of X's and stuff. So that's why it's important to find a play that you can go through the highs and the lows and you're not pulling up to live streams to cry when you got a full gray beard. You're a full grown man. There's no time for that. You know what you've been buying. If you don't like that stuff, don't buy it. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Promote what you like. Maybe don't even come in here if you don't want to cry or whatever. Just tell me what you do like. It doesn't matter. It's like, but you don't. That's one thing you don't have to do. You don't have to worry about spending this. There's so much in this space. There's so many live streams. There's so many spaces. You can find out and you can create your little echo chamber that you like, um, and ride this wave all the way out as far as making it through this market and stuff. You don't have to be around negative people. You can just stay locked in, look at what's going on and capitalize on this market. Let's check on BTC really quick. Let's see what we got going on. See what we got. So BTC still really strong. I like all this price action we're having right now. Especially this 15-minute chart. If it gets underneath there, you can see it probably come back down to here. This is pretty cool that you can see this happening. But so far we're seeing positive price action on BTC. Everything will pass. Even this moment right here will pass. When you're being butthurt, that time will pass. When you're happy, that time will also pass. Like, no matter what, the time passes. Time does continue just to keep on passing by. And 70,000 was very scary for everybody, but here we got BTC at just about 85,000. The markets are feeling a little bit better. People who got liquidated are all bummed out, and people who paper handed their bags are bummed out as well. But if you stay true to solid projects and great communities, you're gonna do really good because all this time is gonna pass anyways. Yep, thousands of projects out there and thousands more will come. 100%. 100%. And that's why it's important that you find the right one for you that you feel is going to keep you in the space long term, that your back can be secure, and also not a stressful ride. Like, I don't want to be a part of like Ali had a good point today, and so did TK as far as like the community. Like, we have a great vibe and we get to have a great time with each other while we're doing this. Like, if I didn't believe in it or didn't know that we couldn't keep pulling everything off, it's like I wouldn't invest that much time into it. I wouldn't expect you guys to as well either, right? But the fact that we actually have something that we can keep pushing forward and keep delivering on is really exciting. This is why we keep doing what we're doing. So Floki's really good, easy play to see what can happen, you know. But this is your meta right now for Solana. It's all those funny coins. It's kind of crazy. But to me, I'm all in. XPX marks the spot, everybody. Something that you guys can use every single day. You guys can look down here. This is what you're going to be getting. It's only fun until you keep getting wrecked and then you guys don't have anything to show for it. Or, get a solid play, become a solid community member. This is kind of crazy right here. Like, are you going to get rich on something called this? The C word. It's like, come on, creator of our coin. Like, some of this stuff is like, you have to take it like exactly for what it is. But you also have to understand when you find great projects like Smart DeFi, when you find Feg Token, when you find XPX, and you want these things to happen, you want them to push because they're great projects for the space, everybody. People wouldn't be crying so much if they had some XPX because this is a solid project. If you play that Russian roulette or that, rug roulette, I guess we can call it too much, you're going to become bitter into space. I don't want to become bitter into space. I want to enjoy my time. I want to see my time be valued by, the work that I'm putting in, showing results. And I want to do this through XPX. If you guys want to do this with me, make sure you guys, stay tapped in with all things that we're doing because we really have a great project right here. And I think today's a perfect example. And let's say when BTC gets over 90K and this is back over 3 trillion, how a lot of times people paper hand to great projects when the rest of the market is being shaken about. And they really should just keep supporting it because the time passes all the time. And then BTC is back over 90K. The markets are back bullish. And then what? Right? It's like there's no reason to hurt the really solid projects, the great projects out there, because there are some great projects, even meme coins out there that are really great projects because they have great communities. It's up to you to really find them and identify them. What's up, Saphir? We're just about wrapping this up, bro. We're going to get out of here, finish getting better, enjoy the weekend, watching BTC rally up, knowing that we got a great project like XPX. That's what it's all about, man. So I think we have some great price action on BTC, something to look forward to for the weekend. Maybe when the markets open up on Monday, they're green and BTC is holding a higher floor and it creates BTC to go a lot higher. But this is what we're waiting for. If you guys got any question of what's going on with BTC, you see this 50? This is the 50. We're waiting to see this thing possibly break above it and then start trading above that thing. That's when, we'll see kind of that euphoric moment come back into the market. But when it does, if you were not grinding like the XPX team or the XPX community, you're going to wish that you did. If you were not accumulating your favorite projects, you're going to wish that you did, because all of that excitement is going to come back into the market so long as we break above this 50 moving average. What's in our favor, and it looks like it could happen, and I see why this is like a normal shakeout, is because when you look at the weekly, we're barely breaking underneath it. We wicked underneath it. But, here goes that 50 moving average that moves really smooth, right? We can stay above that on the weekly. That's pretty bullish coming back up to this. That'd be cool. I don't want to see this down here. A 20,000 BTC, does that sound realistic? I don't think so. I don't think we're in that market right now for a 20K BTC. I'll let you guys know when we're there. We'll probably have the most off ramps ever in the world. When that happens, when the bear market's fully in, we'll see the full power of the pay portal in full effect, because, that's one of the things about XPX, that it's here for the bull run and it's here for the bear market, because market green, market red, people are always going to need to transact and fill up their gas tanks and, essentially, transact in the world. And crypto is the new way to do that, everybody. So I had a fantastic time with you guys today. Fantastic live stream. Community hour earlier. Shout out to Ollie for doing Shill the Beans early in the AM. I think it was like 6 a.m. over here for us. But that's what it's all about, having a round the clock team and community that's pushing things forward. And that's what we have with XPX. Look for those communities that have that out there. Whether it's Feg Token, the Gorillas, whether it's Arrowbud, whether it's Merv, whatever project it might be that has a solid community. Kendu is a great example, a community that no matter what the market's doing, that they're just going to keep pulling up and keep going strong. Those are going to be the winners when you see Bitcoin rise a tide all over again. We have been fighting against, every single project has been fighting against a Bitcoin tide since February 3rd, everybody. Since over here, since right here, we have been fighting against a downtrend. So once we make it out of this downtrend, it's going to be very easy for everybody to be super, super excited all over again. So thank you guys for pulling up. Have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate all the love, all the support that you guys continue to bring to the live stream and to XPX. We're going to keep doing our part. I want you guys to have a fantastic day, fantastic evening, good night, good morning, wherever you guys are at. Much love and respect. Continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is.